Hi, I'm Donna Williams, the chairwoman of the Wake County Republican Party, coming to you from our Wake County Republican office for our volunteers. And with me today is Irina, who is running for the Wake County Commission. And so she has joined me today for a little interview. Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Donna, and thank you very much for having me here.
Could we just start with you telling us a little bit about you, your background?
Sure. I was born and raised in the Soviet Union, and I moved to the United States from post-Soviet Russia without knowing any single person as an adult by my own choosing, because I believed in the fundamental values this country was built on. And after watching so many changes in politics over the last years, I'm concerned. I'm concerned what country will leave for our children.
And can you tell us a little bit about your education and your past work experience?
Absolutely. I started my career with the largest public audit and accounting firm in the world, PricewaterhouseCoopers. I started in public audit, worked there for several years, and then I moved to do financial analysis. After I got my MBA from New York University, I went to Wall Street and I worked in mergers and acquisitions for Bank of America Merrill Lynch. And after I left Wall Street, I opened my own small business firm, and now I work with small business owners, and I do business valuations, and I help small business owners to sell their businesses, and as well as I consult potential business buyers who want to become small business owners.
Excellent. Now, what made you become interested in politics? What brought you in here?
So, as I said, I've been watching politics for so many years, and I saw how Democrats move left, and then a little bit more left, and then even more left. And then they move so much left, then there is no more left. And it bothers me. And I want my children to grow up in a country I moved to, and not in a country I moved from. And at that point, I decided that I have to put my actions where my mouth was, and I had to get involved.
Excellent. And what made you decide to run for county commissioner?
I think that my experience and my background fits into what county commissioners do perfectly, and that is the role in which I can add the most value.
And what do you plan to bring to the table of our county commissioners once you're elected?
I think we need to change the way county commissioners approach their duties. First of all, we need to make sure that tax burden on county residents is reasonable. And property taxes you pay is a function of two things: tax rate and property values. So we need to be mindful of both. And when property values go up, we need to make sure that we reduce property tax rate significantly and sufficiently to compensate for that increase. We need to make sure that debt burden on county residents goes down. This year, county budget was over $1.5 billion, out of which over $300 million was just debt service. And the more money is sucked into debt service, the less money is available to serve its residents. We need to make sure that programs that county commission pays for bring sufficient value to residents. And if they don't, they need to be cut and replaced with programs that do, because tax base should always be viewed as finite. And we need to change the whole mindset from how to get the most revenue, which is just fancy-dancy way of saying increase taxes, into how we can control the growth of expenses, how we can achieve economy of scale, how we can make sure that every dollar goes long way.
Excellent. Now, I also hear that you recently spoke at the county commissioners meeting, I believe more than once. Would you share with us what you talked about?
Absolutely. I went there several times during the budget hearing, and I spoke against several things. The first one, I disagreed with county commission proposal to increase spending from $1.5 billion to over $1.7 billion. I don't think we need to grow local government at the rate that they want to grow it. And especially, I was not in line with their proposal to increase their own compensation by 132%. Eventually, they increased their compensation by 64%, which is still ridiculously high and absolutely not warranted. At the time when they also increased property taxes for residents by 3.25% in a year in which we have the worst inflation in 40 years, in a year in which every single person is struggling, in a year in which cost of living is skyrocketing for everyone, they didn't find anything better as to take care of themselves and to increase taxes on everyone else.
Wow. Now, there's 7 commissioners, correct? And if I'm understanding it correctly, they each just gave themselves a $20,000 pay raise per year for a part-time job. Is that correct?
That's correct. They also wanted pensions, and pensions are reserved for careers. And the last thing we need is career commissioners. We need public servants, not career politicians.
I agree. Now, your election is countywide, correct?
My election is countywide. So as long as you live in Wake County, I will be on your ballot.
Excellent. Irina, it has been wonderful talking with you today. And before we finish up, I know that you're doing great with your campaign, but every candidate always needs more help with volunteers and support from donors and voters in the county. So can you share with people how they can get a hold of you, please?
Thank you, Donna. As we mentioned before, my campaign is countywide. That means that I have to campaign across 1.2 million people on a territory that is 857 square miles, which is larger than 8 states. So we do need help. If you have a little bit of time to help our campaign to get involved, please go to my website, www.irinaforwake.com. I'll spell it for you. It's IRINAFORWAKE.com, or contact me by email, which is irina@irinaforwake.com. Thank you so much.
And I'll just repeat, her website is Irina, IRINA, Wake, WAKE.com. IRINAFORWAKE.com. And I just thank you again. This has been wonderful to talk with you, and I'm sure that our listeners have learned a lot about you, but also a lot about our Wake County commissioners and the situation that they have put this county in, which is not healthy. So I just really sincerely thank you for first running for office, and secondly for taking the time today to come in and to meet with me.
Thank you. Wake County Commission hasn't seen a conservative commissioner for many years, and we're going to change that this year.
Yes, we are. And for our viewers, we'd love to have you stop by the office. We are located at 1401 Sunday Drive in Raleigh. We're right around the corner. We're right off of Trinity, so we're very easy to find. And we are right now open Monday through Friday from 10 to 5. So come on by, and thank you again, Irina.
Thank you.